items, so we can probably get started with it, Allison.
Yep.
Oh, there's a few more popping on here. Everybody to what will be our last Coffee and Collaborate of the year until the fall. So thank you all for joining us today. With us today is our tourism and marketing partners, Tricia Miller joining us from Department of Commerce and Tourism Division. And Tricia joined the Tourism Division in April of 2003 as a digital systems manager. Tricia spends her time managing all commerce websites, including Tourism Commerce, Site of North Dakota website, nd.gov, assistant managing the database needs, and works with all things marketing for the state of North Dakota and assists with event management across the state of North Dakota. So thank you for being with us, Tricia.
Great to be here.
And we have with us Amy Schmidt, who is a native of North Dakota. She moved to Minneapolis for a few years, but her heart is in North Dakota. And she, in 2003, moved back. Schmidt, or Amy, has a associate's degree in multimedia computer graphics and a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing. She, in September in 2021, joined the Department of Commerce Tourism Division as a digital content specialist. In this role, her goal is to promote tourism in North Dakota and to assist our partners in promoting their experiences. She edits and maintains websites, manages the partner portal, and works with the communication team on various releases, newsletters, and more. Prior to this position, Amy was a public information officer and accessibility coordinator for the North Dakota Council of the Arts for 16 years. So welcome, Amy. Together they have a bountiful amount of information amongst the two of them. So they're going to give us a lot of great information. I would just like to remind all of you to keep your computers on mute. And then if you do have a question later on in the presentation, there is the chat feature, and either Amy or Tricia will pick up your questions. The presentation today is going to be recorded, and Allison will have that on our website for you to go back if you need to jump off or miss a portion of it, or just want to go back and do some great reviewing of it. It will be there for you on our website for later. So without any further ado, I'm just going to hand it over. I believe Tricia is going to be the first one to present to us this morning. So Tricia.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Paula. And we're happy to be here today to go over our new partner portal and some new stuff that we've developed and come up with for ndtourism.com. So excited to be here. So thank you for having us. All right. So I just kind of want to go over our mission. I know you've probably heard this before, but you know, our mission at tourism is to build that positive image in North Dakota by showcasing all those opportunities and inspiring visitors to be legendary. And that's where we look to help support you, our partners, on being able to tell your story about your communities and all those opportunities for visitors to come and see and do in your area. Okay, so some of our tourism strategy and priorities, some of our strategies to increase that positive national earned media coverage and that image of North Dakota and that awareness to improve our image. It's kind of ironic, we have this snow picture, right? So we're always in the news. We're always in the news about snowstorms or things that happen. And so for us to be able to embrace that, that winter experience and those type of things is key to our image. Some of our other strategies are to increase those trips motivated by all the advertising that we do. And you probably are aware of our media plan that we put out every year that we do our stakeholder meetings with. And so you, our partners, can tap into those advertising opportunities to be able to share those experiences with your communities. And obviously then to increase the visitor spending, because we want our communities to thrive. Some of the positive results that we had in 2021, you know, we look at coming back after COVID and everything that we went through, and visitors not being able to travel, and to embrace, then later to embrace, you know, safe travel. And one of the things that we came up with during the end of COVID, when things were starting to kind of open up a little bit, is the road trips. And so people could really understand the importance of taking in some of those road trips around the state, wide open spaces where there was safety for that. And so North Dakota was a perfect destination for some of those opportunities. So you look at 2021, the visits to our website were well over 2 million. And so we actually had a 26% increase from 2020, which is pretty amazing. I don't have the number from 2019, but I will tell you, I want to say it was like almost 90% change. I mean, increase. So things did happen from that. And we saw people have interest in North Dakota during that time. And we really feel strongly too that, you know, being able to promote those open road trips and those wide open spaces really helped us. You know, we had well over 2 million page views to our website, an increase of 16% from 2020. And then one final note on this screen here that I want to note is the referrals to our partners. We had over 280,000 referrals to our partners, and that's to you guys. So that's our goal with our new partner portal, and what was once our partner access previous to this, before this system. They're much of the same thing, but just some enhancements. But the important part of this is for you to understand that we want to drive the traffic to you. So we're that source to be able to do that. And so we did refer several, you know, hits to our partners. And so you can see the importance of that. All right, so again, we want ND Tourism to be that one-stop shop, right, for those activities. And again, to drive that traffic back to you. Our new partner portal, which is what we call it, which was formerly called Partner Access for those of you that have used this system in the past. We're now calling it our partner portal. We, through this change, the end of December, about December 28th of 2021, we launched an enhanced website for ndtourism.com, and you may have seen some of that in some of our newsletters and some of our e-news that we had sent out. We launched that, and with that, we also launched a brand new extranet, or our partner portal, at that time. And since then, we have had more than 6,000 field updates to that partner portal. And we've had more than 70 of our industry partners have completed their login setup. And those numbers are as of February, actually. And so just so you know, we're trying to make it simpler for you. We got a lot of changes and a lot of new categories, a lot of new offerings. And Amy's going to go through that here in a little bit with all of you and go through all of those changes. Another thing that we launched live, it was May of 2021, the middle of May. We launched a live chat feature on our website. And if you've been onto our website, you would have noticed a little block header on the website and visitors can engage with live agents. And so for 2021, we actually answered more than 1,500 chats with potential visitors. And those travel counselors that are answering those chats on our website use our website for resources. So if people are asking questions about something in the Devil's Lake area or in that community, you know, they're looking on the website for that, sharing links out. So that's why it's so important for our partners, you know, to have their listings updated on the website and listing all the events that are taking place, because these are the sort of questions that are coming from potential visitors. Okay, so a couple new things that are coming up. We've been busy as usual, and there's never a dull moment at tourism, it seems. So we are actually launching a new industry site. If you recall, we currently have our industry site on the tourism website, and that's just an abundant amount of resources for our partners to be able, you know, from media plan to partner access to co-op advertising, all of our research, all of that sort of stuff is housed on the industry side. We're now going to be moving that to a new commerce website, which I am really hoping that's going to go live in May here, the early part of May. And it's going to be housed there. So, but we will be notifying all of our industry partners where that new link is going to be going. So I just wanted you guys to be made aware of that. And again, this is where you would find such tools as the media plan, co-op advertising, partner portal, research, and then again, just so much more opportunities for our partners for information. So just kind of wanted to give you a heads up that that is coming. Another thing that I want to say that we're really working hard right now with is workforce and how we can embrace that, you know, on the tourism side of that and the marketing of our state, because we know that workforce is key right now into a lot of opportunities that we have in our state. And so we're going to be relaunching, you probably are aware of the Find the Good Life campaign that we've ran in years past. We're going to be doing the 2.0 version here. It should be coming out in May. And I just want you guys to have an understanding that all these websites really do work together. So you can see on here where it has the things to do on the screen. We're going to embrace all those things to do for those communities in North Dakota. So the more that you have entered on the ND Tourism website through the partner portal, the more that you're going to appear across all of these other websites and how they all partner together to spread that word about all of your communities. So again, I just wanted to stress the importance about getting all your listings, making sure they're updated, adding your events, all that sort of thing, and just how all of these elements work together. Okay, I also just want to show some other resources that we have for our partners. You know, we have an asset bank that we have on the website. If you go to the photo section on the footer of the tourism website, we have, it's called Asset Bank. It's a database, it's a DAM, we call it, Digital Asset Management System. And Cassie Thayer on my team is one that manages that system. And we have added over 14,000 new photos from 30 different communities. And we've seen a 71% increase. So I would encourage you, if you're looking for a certain type of photos to use at anything that you need, whether it's presentations or there's a lot of things out there that are for your benefit to use, and you're able to download those free. And so if you have any questions on that, you can certainly contact us and we can help you out with that as well. We just launched our 2022 travel guide. We were a little bit late on getting that out, but we got it done, and so that's being launched. Again, most of you are aware of our cooperative programs that we present in the fall of every year. And then, of course, you know, we've had some of those grants, those grant opportunities that also we promote within our industry newsletter that we send out and that sort of thing. So, and then again, the new website that I spoke about, and then of course those referrals that I mentioned earlier and how important it is. And like I said, that is our goal, to drive that traffic back to you. All right, so to the partner portal. Again, we launched this December 28th of 2021. Christmas season was a little busy this year. We didn't have a lot of time off during the holiday season, but it was well worth it. So I am going to actually, I think, turn this over to Amy at this point here, but I do want to show you a couple of these things that are on here. And at the very end of the presentation, I will have another link for you as well that will have a one-stop shop for you to get all the guidelines, the recorded video. This presentation as well will be on there. And so I'll make sure that that's shared in the chat for you guys. But I am going to stop sharing at this point, and I am going to pass this over to Amy. So there you go.
Actually, you need to have the slides up until I'm ready to do that demo, remember? And then you were gonna...
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do. I made a mistake. Okay. I'll need it again. I'm sorry. We're going through it this way until she gets to that. She's going, no, I need this. All right, so we're gonna pass it over to Amy. She's gonna go over the guidelines with our partner portal and take it from there.
Okay, as Tricia said, my name is Amy Schmidt, and I'm new to tourism. I've only been about 6 months, and a little bit nervous today, so forgive me if I mess up. This is my first time doing a presentation on the partner portal, and we're all still kind of learning the new system ourselves too. So if you do have questions, like Trish said, put them in the chat and we'll answer them for you. But some of the new things that are with the partner portal is we have a culinary experience, which is for breweries, wineries, distilleries, or if it's something that's a part of your event or your listing, but it cannot be like a standalone restaurant or a dining establishment. And then we have a game and recreation centers category, which is for bowling alleys, all kinds of axe throwing and escape rooms, stuff like that. And then we have landmark attractions, we have educational attractions, wellness and self-improvement listings, and then also shopping, which includes like the antiques and flea markets, the local shops, the specialty shops, the iconic North Dakota gifts, and the shopping districts. We don't want like malls or chain stores because we want to keep it unique to North Dakota. And then for events categories, there's a few new events. There's virtual events, there's workshops and classes, and also sporting events. But for the sporting events, we don't want like the normal nightly high school games. It's more like the final championships, the tournaments, the UND games and stuff like that is what we will allow on there. And then also another amenity that's new is accessibility amenities. And studies do show that 20% of travelers travel with or have with a person with a disability or have a disability. And it's vitally important for our partners to mark these amenities so that visitors who are coming to the state and are looking for accessible accommodations, they'll be able to find them with this new amenity category here. And then you can find all of the guidelines at this link here, but we're also going to provide a link at the end that will have the guidelines, a training tutorial, and what else was going to be in there?
The training tutorial, the guidelines, and this presentation.
This presentation too, yes, that will have a link, thank you. So once you've submitted your listing, allow 48 hours once it's been approved for it to actually sync back up to the NorthDakotaTourism.com website. And like Trish said, I try to check it every day and I'll look through those as soon as I can. Next slide. So the general listing guidelines, basically all tourism related businesses are entitled to have a free listing on tourism.com, ndtourism.com. And all listings may include their links, websites, and you're encouraged to provide a link back to North Dakota Tourism in return by posting content to a listing. Trish kind of already went through basically some of this, I guess. In category designations, you determine how and where your listings will best be displayed on the website. And we will review them if I think that you have a category that's maybe not correct or should be something else. I may change those for you and would let you know then when I respond back to your approval process. And if approved, like I said, it does take a few business days for it to appear on ND Tourism. And the listings must already be in North Dakota, must not already be in there because we don't allow duplicate postings in there. Next slide, Trish. So what sort of businesses qualify for the listing? The listings must be tourism related, do business in North Dakota, and actually have a physical address within North Dakota. And the businesses must also offer a leisure tourism related activity or a place to stay. And they should provide services requiring, if they provide services, they do have to have a state license. And also the business must be open to the public and have regular hours. The ones that are not eligible would be listings of tobacco products or standard retail establishments, standard dining establishments, organizations, groups, and clubs that don't allow the normal public to attend, and businesses that don't have a physical address inside the state. If there's an event that's in Moorhead or East Grand Forks, those usually are allowed, but we usually like the CVB to enter them since the CVB has a North Dakota address. And real estate or realtor information, that's not allowed on there. Local businesses and social gatherings such as rummage sales, those are not allowed. And we do have the right to refuse listings that we deem inappropriate. So what sort of events can be submitted to the partner portal. Destination drivers are important, something that the general public would want to attend, and that's being actively marketed to the audiences statewide and or nationwide. Events showcasing a town's unique character or heritage. And then festivals providing entertainment, activities, interests to travelers, county fairs, live music, major or minor league sporting events are also qualify. And for entertainment, what qualifies as that is the major local sporting events, is, like I said, such as the tournaments or championships, but not regular, the high school games. Music concerts that are not fairs or festival related. Seasonal art exhibits and industry trade shows are also considered as entertainment.
And then Amy, we should note that in our travel guide too, at the very top, it does say that, but we don't print the events anymore in the travel guide. It's just the actual listings for the communities. We just found that it was really hard for people to come up with dates and the timing that we needed them for the travel guide. And then a lot of times things would change, and then we'd publish the travel guide, and then it would be, oh my gosh, these dates are wrong. So we kind of eliminated posting the events, which gives you more of an opportunity to continue to enter these events through Partner Portal throughout the year. So that's another thing to note too.
Thanks for noting that.
Mm-hmm.
For the shopping, we kind of mentioned already what qualifies for that. Like I said, it's the antiques and the flea markets and the iconic North Dakota gifts, you know, the pride of Dakota, anything that's produced in North Dakota and unique to the state. And then there's a few others, the local, you know, independently owned stores that are unique to North Dakota, a shopping district, which is a group of unique or independently owned stores. And again, that should be located in North Dakota and unique to North Dakota. And then the specialty shops, which are stores that focus on serving a specific community, a niche interest, or a product category, like florists, sporting goods stores, bookstores, art supply stores, and businesses that focus specifically on a category of goods. So the additional guidance, there's, like I said, there's the game and recreation, and this one includes escape rooms, arcades, miniature golf, bowling alleys, and other recreational attractions that are open year-round or on a seasonal basis. And then the hidden gems are those that are lesser known North Dakota businesses or attractions that offer a unique visitor experience. And then the landmarks are considered, they're reserved for North Dakota's best known attractions, such as Theodore Roosevelt National Park, the National Buffalo Museum, the Enchanted Highway, and they're meant to quickly identify the biggest attractions for the out-of-state visitors. And then the unique to North Dakota lodging. This one for lodging properties that are found in North Dakota or which are acknowledged an iconic North Dakota property despite also being in other states. And another one is a unique private rental that has their own website for booking or contacting. And if you're listed on an Airbnb, you can still be on there as long as there's a direct link to your exact listing and not just general Airbnb. Okay, so now we need to switch screens and I'll
now I need to stop.
Okay. Share. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So again, as we explained here, this is where you will log into the partner portal. And if you have not had an account yet, you're going to want to click on request an account, and then you'll be directed to a place where you can enter your information, and then I'll get sent an email asking to get an account set up for you, and I will do that. And then you'll get an email back asking you to go ahead and sign in, and then you'll have to set up your new password as well. If you've been to the partner portal before but have not yet logged into our new system, you'll need to put in your email address and then click I forgot my password, and you'll get sent a reset link, because when they moved the new system over, they couldn't move everybody's passwords over due to security purposes. So if you've not been in the new system yet, you will have to do the I forgot my password. So I'm going to log in here real quick. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually going to enter a listing. I'm not going to enter an event at this time. And the listing that I'm going to enter is actually the Mandan Bowling Alley, which is called Midway Lanes. I talked to them yesterday and asked them if they would like to have their listing in there. And once I've entered their information, then they will take it back over, but I'm just using theirs for an example. So again, this is the dashboard once you come into your account, and here's where you'll show your listings, your events, deals, photos, documents, and how to manage the account. So since I'm going to do a listing today, I'm going to click on listing. And right now, this green button over here that says create listing, that's what you'll want to do when you're creating a new listing. So I'm going to enter their information real quick. And if an account has been set up for you already, you should be able to do the pick address and you should be able to pick one of the addresses. But since I'm logged myself in through the Bismarck Mandan CVB, their Midway Lanes address is not currently in there. So I'm going to have to manually enter that one. And then for here, the hours, you're going to want to add your hours if you have them available. And you just click on the time frame right here. And if you're open all day long, such as a hotel, you can click on all day. But if you're not, you'll want to specify your hours here. So they're open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Monday. So I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to enter all of their information right now, but I'm just going to put a few things in here for this. For the rates, they have a game bowling, and then they have an hourly bowling rate. So I'm going to go with their game bowling rate right now and put that in. And you have to click on the add hours, I apologize, and the add rates. And if you messed up and you want to change the time on Monday, you can delete this and then just start over again and then click on the add hours. And I'm going to publish this under Mandan since that's where this is. Mandan. And then here's where the categories will be.
Can
Yes.
I jump in really quick? On the publish under part, that was in the previous system too. And the reason that is there is sometimes in small rural communities, there may be something that they want to list for a listing or an event, but like, so if it's a listing and if you want it published under, say, Devil's Lake, say there's a small rural community that's having something and you don't necessarily want it to be published underneath that city, because thinking maybe people wouldn't find it and it would be better associated with, Devil's Lake, or in this, this instance, Mandan. So that's where it would feature on the website underneath that city listing, by being able to have a little bit more exposure. If it's such a small community, some people may not find it, so that's the purpose of that field. So you can have different things. So like this could have been, a smaller community as the city up above, but then they want to say we want it to be published under Mandan. So just wanted to clarify what that means.
Great, thanks, Trish. Good point. Thank you. So after you've done the publish under, then you want to go down to the categories, and since they're bowling, that you could include family fun, and then they're going to be part of the games and recreation. You are allowed to have up to 5 categories, correct, Trish, on this?
Yes, 5 of them. Yep.
Yeah.
We originally had 3, but we realized it really, people needed a few more of them than that. But, we just want
And again, this yellow bar shows that this is all pending at the moment. It has not yet been approved. Once your listing has been approved, this will not be there anymore. And then from here, you can go in and update your information. Here is, again, you can update all of your hours. On this section, you just click on edit, and then you add another day. So if I want to go to Tuesday, do the same thing, do 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. You could add those hours. Under the ndtourism.com, here's where there's additional category, same categories, but if you want to update yours, this is where you would go in, you'd click edit, and you could add up to 5 on this page. For documents, oops, I apologize. I skipped one. Description, same thing again, since you already entered your description, you could go in and see this doesn't look like it's edited very or formatted very well in here, so you could change your formatting and make sure that it works well. I'm not going to continue the whole thing right now, but just so that you know, this is where you can make your edits to your description. For documents and photos, they're the same process to upload both of them. So I want to, it says right now that I do not have any photos assigned yet. If you want to assign photos, you can start by clicking here. So I don't want this photo on here. So what I'm going to do is go to this photo section. I'm sorry, I added this one and I don't want this one on here. I'm going to delete this photo. I was testing yesterday and I added just a random photo that I had. So now you can click on the square here to add in a photo, and I'm going to add their logo. Not sure why it's not opening. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't like that photo. I'm going to try one more.
Yeah, it's that 640 pixel, Amy, but
Okay.
there you go.
Okay, so now I want to edit this photo. What I want to do is you want to make sure that you have a caption and an alt text. So I can just put photo of Jim welcoming folder. And then you can copy and paste it in both, because you'll want to have the alt text. That's so that the images are ADA compliant, so people who are visually impaired can see the alt text that is associated with the image. And assigned listings, there's no listing that is assigned to it yet, so you want to click on that. And here I'll want to click on the Midway Lanes, because that's the listing that I want it to go to. I'll click on Save. And right now I don't have an event, so I'm not going to associate it with an event. So when we go back up to our listing, click on the Midway Lanes, go to Edit. Now when we go to the tourism.com and I click on Photos, now it's associated with the listing. And that's exactly how you'll do documents too. You'll go down here and add your document in, and then once you come back to the ndtourism.com categories, it will show up for you. If you want to add a video, you can certainly do that as well. Click on Edit, and I do have a YouTube video that I'm going to place in here for them. They don't have one, so I just grabbed a random bowling, how to bowl video just to show you that shows up. I'm sorry, you have to click on Add after you put it in there. As I said, I'm still kind of learning the system myself as well. And then after you hit Add, then you'll hit Save. And now it will be associated with your listing as well. And then here's where the amenities category is. So you click on Edit. Oops, apologize. Click on Edit. And here again, where accessibility is front and center, and it's very important that you put your accessible information in here. So I do know that they have wheelchair accessible parking. I'm not sure about any of the rest of the stuff. So as I said, once this is done, I will have her update all of the rest of her information. And then there's the activities, if there's self-guided tours, the availability by appointment only, open year round, if the facility has if it's a camping, if they have Wi-Fi, if they have a historic marker, if it's family friendly, which it is, free admission, pet friendly. If it's located, the locations would be like airport, countryside, downtown, historic district, interstate, lakefront, or riverfront. And then for parking, there's bus or motor coaches, paid parking, a parking lot. They do have a parking lot, street parking, and valet parking. And once you have your amenities, you'll want to click on Save. And so now those are done. You can go back to your listing. Click on Midway Lanes and edit. And if there's the map here, if you click on this and you hit geocode, it'll make sure that it's in the right spot. And it is showing that this is Midway Lanes and Arcade. So you'll click on Save. And now it's in the right location. And over here for the phone numbers, you can add a local, you can add a fax, a toll free. And I do have a phone number for them, so I'll put that in real quick. And then you hit Save. And for the email, same thing. I'll put in the email address. Hit Save. Website. And here's one where, you know, if you have booking information, or if you have a separate website for meetings, you can, or if you have a separate website for mobile, you can certainly enter all of these in there as well. There's all of those that are available to add. And then for social media, there's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, TripAdvisor, Twitter, and YouTube. You can add all of those in, and they do have a Facebook, so I'm going to add that one in for them. Hit Save. And then it shows down here what the link is, and you can click on Verify to make sure that it works. So here's all of the listing information once it's been completed. And as I said, once you've entered all the information, this is showing that it is pending, and it says please allow up to 48 hours for this to sync. So I will approve your changes, and or if I do not approve them, I will let you know what needs to be changed. And then all of this will be up on our website from that point on. And you can always come back in anytime and make any changes to this. I'm going to go to the dashboard. If you wanted to look at the events, there's the calendar view, and there's also the list view. And Parkinson's is showing it because this is, I'm actually under the CVB account, so that's why their listing is showing. But if you wanted to add event, this is where you would do so. You would click on create an event right here. So I think I covered everything. Is that correct, Trish? Did I miss something?
Oh, you did really good. And you know, where Amy was selecting the categories when she was in that, the important part about that is that we build content on our website around those categories. So if it's family fun or, you know, I can't think of anything else right now, adventure, you know, just different things like that that we build. We can tie back all of the listings to grid pages on those pages. And we've really started to do that more and more. And next week at the travel conference, we're actually have a speaker about accessibility and compliance. And so our web vendor is actually, we're creating a whole accessibility page. So it's very important that our partners are touching their listings and noting all of those accessibility options, like Amy said. It is a big thing right now for people to come and experience different activities throughout our state. So, but yeah, we're going to have an actual page designated for accessibility, and that is going to be coming up by next week. So if you could pop into your listings and get access and get into there and make the changes, that would be awesome. One thing I did want to note for, like, you know, for the account of like the chamber CVB type of thing, we can make all the users for you guys have a DMO access in here. And what that means for you is that you can see all the listings that are tied to your communities, and we can put those cities that are tied with your communities in there so that you can see what is being listed on the website. So it's kind of a new feature that we have. And then Amy, one other thing I want to touch on that I didn't have in the presentation is one of the new offerings on this new extranet is we can build API connections into your current website system. So if on your website you list events, our web vendor will assist in building with you an API connection so that when you enter the event listings through your website, it could automatically come into ours for Amy to review, to approve, and you wouldn't have to do double entry. So we haven't done that for anybody yet. So if anybody on this call wants to be our first person to do this with us, we would be happy to get you on board with that. So but we do have that feature. We can also take exports from an Excel from your listings of different events. And so again, we're just trying to make this easier for you, our partners, to be able to promote your destination.
Thanks, Trish.
Yeah.
Should I start sharing my screen now, or?
Yeah, sure. And then I'll take it back if I could.
Yes.
All righty. And I did put in the chat the link to the partner access. And like Amy said, that if you need to get access, you're not really sure what your username is, you can do the forgot password, you can do all that kind of stuff. And that's the link that you're going to want to go to. All right. So again, we're going to kind of end this up here with, you know, Amy is the manager of this partner portal, and so she's your go-to person for all that kind of information. And I just want to reiterate too, another thing that she works really closely with our communication team is we draft up press releases, and you might have seen things like the things to do and the stuff like that, or we do articles in North Dakota Living, and we do all these topics. We use our website for that. We use that website to gather the content and the data that we want there. So, you know, if you're not there, you know, you're missing the possibility of being featured in some of those other things. And so just so you kind of understand the importance with that. And again, any question regarding the website can come to Amy or I both. And then again, anything with the industry section or anything like that, always here to take some questions from you. So what we did for you, there's a partner portal resources that we built, and it's this light box on our asset bank that I spoke about earlier, our digital asset management system. And the website, I'll type it in here quick, is the belegendary.link/PPR. And what that is that has, if you click on that link, you'll be able to get a demo video of how to use the partner system. You'll get all the guidelines that Amy spoke about, and then you'll have this presentation as well in there for you to have. So, and again, noted below is our partner portal URL. There is not a www, so don't go out to the website and just type in www.partners.ndtourism.com, you'll get an error. So if you type in just partners.ndtourism.com, you'll get there. So just wanted to note that. And again, our tourism website, which is ndtourism.com. And then one last note that I want to make on here is we used to have our own tourism industry newsletter. You've probably seen, we've been promoting this for, oh gosh, since last fall, that we were basically doing away with having our own tourism individual newsletter. So now we have a commerce newsletter that features all of our industries of commerce, including tourism. So we want to encourage you to go out to this commerce.nd.gov/news, and there's a place that you can sign up to receive our newsletters. And that's where we promote lots of information, a lot of information that comes forward with our partner portal. In fact, Amy just had something in that newsletter that went out yesterday, and it's a bi-monthly. So twice a month we get those sent out, and that's also where we put stuff about the annual report, and we'll put stuff out about any of our co-op advertising when stuff like that comes up, any grant opportunities and stuff like that. So I would really encourage you to go out there and sign up. All right. And with that, that is our presentation today. So happy to take any other questions.
Well, that was full of information, I must say. Wow. That was great stuff. Great stuff, ladies. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chat. If you have their information, we can get it to them, or you have their email addresses posted on there. Good thing we recorded this because there was a lot of information. So no questions in the chat. Oh, just a nice comment.
Yep. Thank you so
Very
much.
nice
Really
comment.
helpful, Mary. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and if there's something that you want to connect again to a live meeting, I'm sure Amy would be happy to jump on. We can set up a Teams meeting with you. She could do a share screen. I mean, we're here to help. So any way that we can get those listings out there. One thing too, I just want to note, when Amy went in and she picked a listing, it's really important to understand that a listing is like attractions, accommodations, and stuff like that. There is that other section that she spoke about that says events.
Right.
That's where you will click on to click events, because an event really in this system is not a listing, and so it can get a little confusing. So just make sure that when you're entering that, because the events have different amenities and they have different categories.
Yep. And we may show that at another time.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Well, this was so informative, Tricia and Amy, and I can't thank you guys enough for coming on today. Kyle, did you have any question?
No, I just want to say thanks, and the portal looks great, by the way, and it
Good.
worked. I've played with it already, and nice job on improving the website. It's really appreciated.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, looking forward to a wonderful travel season this summer for everybody, and I hope we have positive results. And if we can help with anything, just let us know.
Yes,
Will do,
absolutely.
ladies.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so
See you
much.
later.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.